Regional Clean Air Incentives Market. Regional Clean Air Incentives Market Reclaim is an emissions trading program operating in the state of California. Under the trading program, hundreds of polluting facilities are required to cut their emissions of nitrogen oxides NOx and sulfur oxides SOx. Under the system, which operates as a cap-and-trade program, each participating facility is given a certain number of emission rights, the cap, for free. In each consecutive year, the number of emission rights given is reduced such that the facilities have to either reduce their emissions or buy up emission rights from facilities with enough to trade. The system was designed to reduce emissions of NOx by 70% from 1994. However, due to the setting of too generous caps, emissions were reduced at only a fraction of the rate expected at the time of the program's adoption. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) considers Reclaim a general lesson for market-based systems, namely that market-based programs require significant planning, preparation, and management during development and throughout the life of the program. Scope of the program. As of 2004, the NOx trading program includes 311 participating facilities, and among these 33 also participate in the SOx trading program. The facilities include a large number of electric power stations, in addition to other types of installations. Environmental results. Emissions of NOx were reduced, albeit in the first many years more slowly than had been expected, see figure, and more slowly than under previous regulations. In its 2003 evaluation of Reclaim, EPA concluded the initial allocations were excessively high and well beyond what was needed to account or allow for recovery from the recessionary economic conditions at the time Reclaim was initiated. As indicated elsewhere, the initial allocations were roughly 40–60% above actual emissions during the first 2 years, 1994–1995. EPA was unable to locate analyses justifying such a growth allowance based on economic data. Further, the data that has been provided in SCACD reports indicates that the gross regional product has increased by approximately 13% since start of the program. This is not of sufficient magnitude to explain a rate of emissions decrease of less than half the initial projections. Economics. Costs. The program was founded on the principle that it would not only achieve the same environmental results as the traditional successful command and control regulations, but that it would do so more cheaply. As EPA pointed out in its 2003 review of the program, it first of all failed to reduce emissions as much as otherwise, due to too generous emission caps, and even then much of the emissions reduced came at a price per ton higher than would have been the case under the subsumed command and control program. Allowance prices. The emission rights in Reclaim are called Reclaim Trading Credits (RTC), with 1 RTC for each ton of NOx or SOx emissions. During 2005, NOx RTC average prices ranged from a low of $1,200 per ton for the compliance year 2004 RTC to $9,730 per ton for compliance year 2008 NOx RTC to $10,193 per ton of NOx RTC for compliance years 2010, and leveled off. For SOx, average 2005 prices ranged from $1,400 per ton for compliance year 2004 SOx RTC to around $4,450 per ton of SOx RTC valid for compliance year 2007 and beyond. Footnotes. SCACD 2006, EPA 2003, SCACD 2004, JOSCOW 2001, JOSCOW 2001.